I remember I was standing inside a medieval castle. I could see the sky, but the sun wasn't in sight because it was a very cloudy day. I remember seeing there were a lot of children in the area. Some of the children far from me were lined up facing somewhere, while the children near me were scattered. Then, a woman came and led us to fall in line. All of the children followed her, and I figured I should follow her. Some time passed, and I don't know how I figured it out, but I thought that woman must have been a mother figure to the children, and that's why they followed her. So I started to get comfortable around her. As I looked to my left, I realized we were all lined up. Then I started to wonder to myself, why am I in a medieval castle in the first place? I realized this must be a dream. I don't know what got me, but I started to scream, trying to wake myself up. I kept telling myself, this must be a dream. This must be a dream. The mother figure, who was already standing in front of us, looked over to me. She laughed and jumped on me, causing me to fall on my back. I remember the children circled around me while the woman was standing above me. I looked at her and told her, "You're not real. This is a dream." She looked at me as if she was shocked that I figured out this was not real. She laughed maniacally and leaned on me closer. I was so scared that I started to say prayers in my sleep. She continued to laugh even louder while the children just stared at me. Then, suddenly, I woke up. I was breathing heavily and sweating profusely. If you think the weirdness ended there, it didn't. The light in my room was turned off and the door was opened slightly to let some of the light from the hallway enter my room. My bed was near the door and the phone was close to my bed. I checked the time and it was around 3 a.m. I could feel a chill in the room, but I didn't dare to move. I was too scared, and I was trying to process what had just happened. My eyes were half open. I felt someone pulling the blanket up to my shoulders, but I snuggled in the warmth of my blanket since it was so cold. I noticed that the person who placed the blanket on me went to the direction of my sister's room, so I thought it was my sister. But then I also heard footsteps coming from my mother's room, and I went to my sister's room. I thought, who could that be? I called for my mom asking if it was her, and she did not respond. I called my sister, and she came into my room. I asked her if she covered me with a blanket. She said no. Then I asked her if she came from our mother's room. She said yes. I asked my sister if she's the only one in her room. Again, she said yes. I felt the chill run up my spine. I couldn't figure out who covered me with the blanket. It couldn't be my mother because she was fast asleep in her room. And it couldn't be my sister because she just came out of our mother's room.